Hello guys, Career13 here. Welcome to our, well, actually, technically, I think it's like our fourth or fifth War Thunder video in a row, but who knows. Anyway, about earlier today, I unlocked the, Stuka G2. Now, the reason I don't like the G1 is, although the cannons do really nice, and I mean this, they do really nice, it says 24 ammo on the stat card, which is not right, as it only has 5 shots before it reloads. Now, I'm going to be flying it out in realistic battle to prove to you that it only has 5 shots. They're great cannons, however, as on my first match of taking out the G1, and I got the G1, and not the G2 because I had the G2 but I didn't have enough money to order it, so I thought this would make the crew conversion costs easier. Now, these the 37mm cannons, they fire 5 shots and then they have to reload, but they do decimate, and I really mean they decimate. On my first match, I took out maybe 2 planes, no, three planes, a B-25, a Yak-9, and an F-4U Corsair. All of them were insta-kills, though I did fire more than 1 shot on the B-25 as... Or no, wait, no, never mind. B-25, I got a very damaging critical on it, and then it crashed. Whoa, 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 God. You have to be careful, because you can't just fly willy-nilly, because I'm mostly an arcade guy. But we're gonna take out the vehicle and one-shot it. Obviously, I mean, these are 37mm cannons, for Pete's sake. They're freaking huge and decimate. But that's not my issue. I already said it only has 5 shots before you have to reload, and that's a big downer, considering that most of the matches in this thing that I've had so far have been air domination, or just rounds that you don't really get the chance to take out ground targets with this thing. I'd just like to point out that the stock rounds really aren't that effective against ground targets, or at least I don't think they will, considering I was only able to critical a B-25 before it slipped out of my gun sight. Okay, I missed both shots there. So we're just gonna come around for another pass. Kinda laggy too. Hopefully it does not lose all of its speed in the vertical, and it will. Come on. Well, you can at least make a flip. Yeah, there we go. Oh God, we almost stalled. So, you'll be back. So we're back at the landing strip, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's it. So 8 plus the 3 shots, that's maybe 12 before I ran out of cannon fire. Why won't it let me put my flaps in landing? I don't actually know, but whatever. Oh, no, 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 no. Ah! Not the trees. Not the trees, wrong way. God. Please help me. And I don't get a repair. But that was 12 shots, which is kind of odd, because I got 12. But, yeah. Now that we've seen that, let's swap ourselves over to the G2. Hey, the crew conversion cost. And then customize it, and I'll be right there. So now we're test flying the G2, and you can tell because the cannons have sort of 2 rack thingies coming out of them, and the propeller is different, which I can't show you because it's spinning at whatever, who knows how much RPM. But the fudge of that thing. So Gonna put our flaps to takeoff. And then once we're in the air, I'm gonna show you that it has... Yeah, we're gonna wait for quicker liftoff, maybe. Yeah, liftoff. No gear control, obviously, because it has fixed landing gear, which is one of the many things that I don't really like with Stukas, but you can easily get rid of that in realistic by diving from maybe 5,000 to 6,000 feet straight down vertical. And I think, I don't know, I've never done it before. I've only heard of other people doing that. So, we're gonna kill the vehicle, or destroy it. Then we're gonna fire off the remainder of our shots and see how many we have left. Because it says that it does say they both have about 24 rounds of ammunition, but that's a lie, as you saw. The other one only had 12, which is half the ammunition that this one should have. Now, after this, ordeal... Come on. There we go. So that was 3 shots, I believe? Anyway, after this, I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay. So, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this one only had... What would that be? 12 shots as well? That can't be right. It says 24 rounds. It says 0 round? What the heck? What is going on? Okay. I don't believe that Gaijin is being... It's kind of odd. It says 24 rounds, not 12. We did fire off 9. And then the 3 to kill the vehicle. Well, that can't be right. Oh, well, who knows? Who knows? Now we're just going to put our flaps to landing. We're going to... So, we're going to try and land this thing. Oh, don't hit the trees. Oh, I forgot to reduce my throttle. Don't hit the trees. Okay. Can I move it? No, 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 no. Oh. Oh, 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 no, no, no! Well, I wonder why the cannon did not break. Well, I guess that'll be it, and we'll be moving on to the gameplay next. Hello, guys. We're back. You know, I really wish I could say I gotten decent matches with this thing, but I couldn't. Every time I flew it out, it was just shikes. Now, you can tell how many times I've done this because I've already unlocked the 37mm belts on this thing. We're gonna switch it to air now, but I've been trying to gather footage with this thing, like decent footage, for so long, and I just couldn't. So at that point, I just decided to pretty much stop recording and just fly it out and do a replay save, which is what I did, and to some extent it worked. The only kill I got was just destroying a Corsair. Like, that thing... When these get a lucky hit, the fighter just blows apart. Like, if you've seen Fly Daily's gameplay on this, that 50mm cannon just rips the plane apart if it hits. The 37mm did the same thing, but that was just once. All the other matches I got were hits, so Just a couple things about it. The propeller is different, and I believe that's because the G1 was a modified D3 with the 37 millimeter, and the G2 was a modified D5 with the 37 millimeter. In fact, I'm actually under the opinion the D5 is a better plane, because I've gotten more kills with that than before. So I had a 300% research booster going, which helped me unlock these belts substantially. Once again, one of the reasons I believe this is not a very good plane is because it's so freaking slow. It suffers the same problems the ME410 does. Like, look at all this armor. It's just awesome how much armor it has, but it slows it down so much. I mean, this is a plane with a battle rating of 3.3, and it only goes 361 kilometers an hour before its wings rip. I mean, you can do better than that. Now, granted, this is pretty much a stock plane, but even with, like, even when it's max upgraded, it's slow for the tier. So, let's just jump right into the first replay, and I'll pretty much show you what's wrong. Hello, so we're back at our Stuka point. We've already done a little bit, as you can see where my research is. Here, I've destroyed 2 people, and I've died twice. One of my 109, one of my Focke-Wulf. So, at this point, my cannons were reloading, so I was going to try and let them reload before I went into battle, obviously. So, at this point, I'm just checking to make sure I don't get jumped by anybody. I'm afraid of that 109 at that point in the battle, so I'm keeping a close eye on him, because you never know when they could boom you, and I thought he was going to. Now, although it says 3 kilometers away, that is 3 kilometers above me, not quite in front of me. So, he can easily just dive down on me, so I'm keeping an eye on him. I hear propeller noise, but I have a feeling it's a teammate. And I really wish my cannons had reloaded at that point, because he probably could have sniped that Kai-49 relatively easily. But my cannons were still reloading, so I noticed that the Focke-Wulf is trying to lead an engage with the 109. And my cannons reloaded about maybe some point now, because they have a crazy, insane, like 50-second reload time, holy cow. So there's a Corsair. It's not the one that I obliterate, at least I don't think so. I think, yeah, somebody else killed him before I could. So I fire a shot at him to try and get a hit. I do. Gives me a little bit of research, not much. So at this point, I just head into the thick of battle. Just trying to figure out what my first target is. I think it's going to be the P400, but he knows what's coming and does the right thing. I'm lagging at this point because of all the trees, and I miss all my shots. Now, I believe that was my first kill. Yes, that was the only kill I got during that match. That P400 was just shredded by these twin 37mm cannons. Now, I believe that's actually the only kill I get this match in my Stuka. This is also the match that unlocked me the 37mm belts. There were a couple other matches that I was going to show you where I took off someone's rudder or I lit them on fire. But that's pretty much all I was able to do. I mean, this plane, the D5 is a much better plane in my opinion. I mean, the cannon's reload time is insane. If you're playing realistic, it's even more insane because you don't get the reload. You have to return back to base after you dispense those shots. It's just, like, when I researched the G2, I was hoping it would be really a nice plane because it had a lower battle rating. No, it's not. Everything that it opposes is faster. Like, as you saw, any plane, if you have one of these on your tail, my advice would be to just straight out outrun it. I mean, or you can go into a climb, because these things don't climb very well either. Just go into a climb if you have one of these on your tail, and they can't follow you. Either that, or, like, if they're diving on you, then go into a climb. They can't follow you at all. Unless you're in an IL-2 or some other bomber, because then you're pretty much screwed. But, or you simply level flight, because you will outrun this thing in level flight. So, that's been the first match. Let's see if we can get any better ones now that I've unlocked the belts. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to end the video here, because this is freaking frustrating plane to play with. Or fly out. So this has been CreeperCrasher13. I will be signing out now. Stay tuned for the video that I will be explaining the changes to my channel, because there is going to be a lot of them. A lot of them, trust me. So I will see you next time.